So how long have you been performing, acting, and...
I've been involved in showbiz since I was 13, so it's about 14, getting on close to 14 years now.
That's quite some time. And I know you just got finished mentioning that your association with martial arts has been the different people that you've been around.
Yeah, growing up, like I said, those are the guys that I hung out with in high school. Well, sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad.
Yeah.
But I really, I admire it from afar. I'd like to do a lot more because I enjoy it so much.
I see.
And I've been told that I have sort of a natural talent for it.
Okay.
But that remains to be seen.
Well, how much of your, let's say, influence concerning martial arts do you use? It could be anything, mental-wise, spiritual-wise. What is the attraction of the art to you?
The physical discipline is probably the most attractive part to me. You know, in terms of spirituality, that I know, I'm aware that a lot of people have a great, you know, source for a center or some place to come from, some place to do what they do from. For me, it's just, I admire the physical discipline. I admire some of the great feats that some of the greats, you know, do, and that sort of thing. I admire that the most. And I think once you have that physical discipline, once you have, you know, flexibility, speed, agility, and all those things, you're able to do so much more.
Yeah. So basically, it sounds like the universal principles that are involved in the martial arts are the foremost attracting thing to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really great. Have you been able to use any martial art or combative type tactics within these features that you're doing with High Tie?
Well, in the past, what we did is we really separated the identities. Rick being the one more taught in martial arts, more knowledgeable, and really being the black belt in various forms and so on. And for me to have just a sort of a street, raw, kind of put it all together and get the job done type of attitude, and I like that.
Yeah.
Of course, when you hang out with somebody who's able to do those things, it's got to rub up on you.
This is true.
So that's what we're doing. And, And I'm incorporating as much of it as I can without it looking too much like that's my expertise, but just sort of combining as many different things as I can.
Yeah.
Which is what I found impressive with guys like, you know, Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, guys like that. They've incorporated so many different things.
Yeah.
And got a style.
Okay. So,
and you know, sort of distinguish themselves with their style.
That's interesting. So it appears that you've been able to really just kind of naturally adapt to a lot of things concerning martial arts and so forth.
Oh yeah. Just being able to debilitate people instantly makes us very cool.
Now I imagine in your particular role here currently in the High Tide series, you mentioned you have to basically be just direct in your fight sequences and so forth, which fits with your character of the role. So your techniques are very direct, straight to the point. When you do choose a technique to use?
Yeah, it's basically get it over with as quick as possible. Rarely do we draw things out. Being a hero type character or a model type character or personality, it's very important that violence is not used for the sake of violence.
Okay.
But as a means to an end. And oftentimes a lot of shows, even though they say they don't glorify violence, they have it in every episode.
Okay.
We don't always. And it's mostly used as a means to an end, or a means to, you know, uphold the law or justice or you know, whatever.
Yeah, so there's a moral code to each fight action that will take place. In other words, you're just not doing something at random for the sake of heightening the scene.
Nope.
Yes. Well, that fits real well with more serious practitioners in the field of martial arts.
Right.
Yeah. That's great.
That's one thing I learned right away.
Well, you know, it's interesting that they've captured that moral code and been able to incorporate it within the scenes themselves.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Well, Rick's character being an ex-cop, I mean, that's prevalent throughout the whole theme of the show, is that, you know, the law's got to be upheld. People have to be brought to justice. Sometimes violence has to be used, but that's got to be where we come from. It's not necessarily just be out there getting in trouble, but helping people.
Right. It's fantastic. How much of the actual university